I mean, I don't have any wild tour stories that top that first wild tour story, but I mean, there's been a few. I guess on this last Dizzy Wright run, I got pulled over in Nevada, in Reno. We had been smoking out, me and the buddy J Tilt that was in here before. We were smoking a blunt, and you know, it's legal in Nevada now, so you can, you know, it's recreational, they say. But so we were staying in a hotel, which you can't smoke in your hotel, so we smoked out in the car and shit. So we ended up driving to go get some food from this place called Beach Hut Deli, which is like one of the spots that Merz took me to originally. Really good food spot in Reno. And so I'm driving down the freeway, and I had to look down at my GPS on my phone, so I looked down real quick. Next thing I know, there's a cop right next to me, sees me looking at my phone, pulls up behind me, fucking pulls me over on the side of the road, and like immediately leans his head in the window. He's like, oh yeah, when's the last time you guys smoked? And I'm like, shit, bro. I'm like, oh fuck. So like the way they get around over there is like, okay, of course it's legal, but like DWI is super heavy. So if you get caught smoking and driving, that's where they're gonna get the money from you. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't ticket you for having weed anymore. Immediately leans in the window, you know, when's the last time you smoked? I'm like, well, fuck, man, we smoked at 10 this morning. It was like 2 o'clock. You know, we had just got done smoking a blunt. And I'm like, yeah, we smoked a few hours ago. The only reason I'm from out of town, I can't smoke in my hotel. I didn't want to smoke in the streets. Like, we're kind of in this weird gray area, so we just smoked in the car, went back, hung out, and now we're going to get something to eat. And, you know, he was like, oh, no, you do definitely smoke within, like, you know, the past 30 minutes. And so they pulled me out of the car. Another trooper pulled me out of the car and had me do the whole DWI field sobriety test, like standing on the side of the freeway, had to walk the straight line, had to touch my nose, all that shit. And I'm like sitting there, open my mouth. I'm like, oh, super bad cotton mouth. I'm like, I'm going to jail right now, bro, like for sure. And luckily, man, I passed that shit with flying colors. Like, I hit that straight line, did the little pivot all hard, just looking him in the eye like, yeah, what's up? I'm high as hell right now, bro. I didn't get a ticket for that. I got a ticket for having my phone out, you know. But one of the officers was like, oh, yeah, we can still take you in. The other one's like, nah, like, he's not impaired. Like, he's fine. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm normal now. Like, when I smoke, I get normal, you know. I kind of just came to terms, like, I'm probably going to jail. Like, that's cool. We had the day off in Reno. I'm like, cool, I'm not going to miss a day to this tour. Like, I can get out by tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to jail. So I kind of just let that go. But at that point, I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm going to sit here and do this DWI test and, you know, pass that shit with flying colors. Like, I'm not impaired, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's crazy because, like, in Tucson, I've been pulled over and, you know, we had just got done smoking, and they'll never really go for a DWI. They'll go straight for the weed and ticket you for the weed or the paraphernalia. But because it's legal now in these states, you see a lot more DWIs going on, a lot more, like, it's just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool that I got to, you know, not go to jail that day and just get a ticket. So I think my biggest lesson that I learned in Tucson and take out on the road is just to be humble. Like, I come from a very humble city. There's nobody out there that's bigger than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of money out there. It's not about what you have on. It's not about, you know, the way you look. Like, it's about being a good person out there. And that's what I love about Tucson. And that's something that's got me a lot farther than a lot of other things in hip hop. You know, like, cool, I don't necessarily have the style or the look, or, you know, may not have that groundbreaking sound, but at the same time, I'm still gonna be the most hardworking and ethical dude you can meet. And that's like, that goes a lot farther than being the dopest rapper. You know, being a good person is way better than being a good rapper. And that's something that I hold dear to my heart. And like, traveling and getting to see the world and things, it just really reminds me of, like, shit, that's home, man. Like, that's where you go, and you're humble. Like, that's like, I love Tucson, man, for real. If you ever go to Tucson, man, you definitely need to go check out, like, any sort of Sonoran dog spot, BK Tacos, Huedo Canedo, like, all these little Mexican restaurants down there are amazing, man. Like, basically is Little Mexico right there, bro. So you gotta get down there and, you know, it's a different culture, you know, especially in the food side. You got to get out there and experience. We just had our, was it the 5th annual or 4th annual Tucson Hip Hop Festival. So our hip hop scene is really growing out there. Shut down the block downtown, and there's like 4 different stages. They had the Underachievers headline this year, and Master Ace and Marco Polo, and, you know, all sorts of speakers, and like Soren Baker from Hip Hop DX, and all sorts of these guys that are in the industry to kind of come down. And so I believe, like, if you ever go to Tucson, you definitely need to check out the hip hop communities. Whatever shows are going on out there, like, definitely tap into it. It's just dope.